Alrighty. This is gonna be interesting. Hello everybody, this is Uncle Dylan here, GodOcast, and today we are doing the one shot of what if Deku was a serial killer. Do not even be surprised I'm doing this. I mean, I think you all would have known this is coming. But I'm not even gonna explain, so here's a video. Shout out to Marvelous Videos. Here you go. By the way, this is a serial killer even I didn't hear of, so enjoy.
Birthday Boy, a disturbing serial killer in Gotham City, origin. Legendary writer Jeff Johns joined hands with artist Gary Frank to create the comics that revolved around...
Did you know...
Oh, fucking hell. Ads? Really, bitch?
Willing to pay $548.
I don't give a rat's ass.
And the Earth 1 stories of Justice League superheroes, such as Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's try that again.
Earth 1 is a world in the multiverse where the superheroes have just started their super careers. So, with respect to Gotham, this comic book follows the events in the city before the murder of the Waynes. It introduces all the essential characters such as Alfred Pennyworth, Commissioner Gordon, Harvey Bullock, Oswald Cobblepot, and the likes, but they are presented in a way that makes it evident that this is their first appearance in a comic. Meanwhile, we also get to see Bruce Wayne's rise from a traumatized kid into Batman, but of course, there are several discrepancies across the storyline, and somewhere into all of this, Birthday Boy becomes a problem and helps catapult Batman to success in the eyes of the Gotham City residents. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Origins of Birthday Boy. The 2012 comic Batman Earth 1 introduces us to a strange and twisted criminal in Gotham City. Not that Gotham City is devoid of criminals following that trope, but this storyline follows Batman's first case as a vigilante. To understand Birthday Boy better, we need to know the entire story that begins with Bruce Wayne losing his parents. One event sets off a chain reaction of events, which eventually leads us to the Birthday Boy and his involvement with Gotham City's new protector, Batman. The story kicks off with Batman chasing after a man on the rooftop. He tries to use his grapple gun to increase his efficiency, but the faulty device malfunctions. With no option left, Batman jumps from rooftop to rooftop, causing him to crash onto the heap of trash below. The scene shifts to his car, where we see that Batman was chasing a man named Jacob Weaver. Suddenly, we are taken to the past to understand all the present circumstances better. Here, Bruce is 8 years old, while Alfred is young. Dr. Thomas Wayne and Martha Arthur Wayne are still alive, while Alfred is introduced as Thomas's friend from their time at war together. After Alfred lost his leg while trying to save Thomas, the doctor created a prosthetic leg for his friend to express his gratitude. Dr. Thomas Wayne is also running to be the mayor of Gotham City. While the Arkhams, or rather Martha's family, had created Gotham City, the Waynes were the ones who had funded it. But Thomas's popularity in the city has made him a threat to the other politicians in Gotham City, leading him to receiving death threats. To protect himself, he calls for Arthur once again, hoping to make his friend the head of security at his not-so-humble house, the Wayne Manor. As Alfred exchanges his pleasantries with the Waynes, an 8-year-old Bruce runs past them, hoping to get out of the party and go to the movies with his parents. The Waynes have a family ritual where they go for a movie every Wednesday. After hearing this, Alfred asks Dr. Wayne to stay back due to the constant death threats that he has been receiving. However, Thomas does not want to disappoint Bruce, and they head out to watch The Legend of Zorro. At the theater, however, there is a power cut, quite obviously due to Dr. Wayne's presence, who is a prime target with his locked-in win in the city's mayoral election. Fearing that Alfred was right for asking them to stay back, Thomas heads back home with his family. Or rather, he wants to. Bruce does not understand the gravity of the situation and exclaims that they watch the movie somewhere else. He runs out of the theater and bumps into a criminal when his words lead the man to figure that the boy he bumped into is the Wayne kid. As Thomas and Martha come closer, the man takes Bruce hostage, asking for their money and jewelry. He tries to get Martha's pearl necklace when Thomas steps in to defend his wife. However, the ordeal causes the man to shoot and kill them in front of Bruce. Back at the Wayne Manor, Bruce, now traumatized, is not speaking anymore. Meanwhile, Alfred learns that he has been appointed to Bruce's guardian for situations like this. At first, he is reluctant to play father to a child, but when he learns that the other alternative is sending Bruce to foster care, Alfred introduces himself to Bruce as his butler. The years pass by and Bruce is now a teenager whose classmate Jessica Dent has a twin brother named Harvey Dent. Harvey and Bruce do not get along, especially with Harvey insulting Bruce's mother's ancestral home, the Arkham Manor. Martha used to live there as a child, but Bruce knew that something terrible had happened there. Martha's mother had suffered a mental breakdown when Martha was only 12. She then went on to kill her husband with a sledgehammer and ultimately jumped off the balcony, killing herself. The story became popular when everyone believed that the Arkham Manor was cursed, as it caused everyone from the Arkham bloodline to turn insane. This is also why Martha had asked a young Bruce not to step inside the manor, ever. However, the day finally comes when Bruce enters the maze-like mausoleum in the manor, where hundreds of bats attack him. Bruce gets terrified as a result of the experience, and soon finds a statue of a life-size samurai, which gives him the necessary boost to choose the life of a masked vigilante in the near future. Inspired, Bruce learns hand-to-hand combat and acrobatics from Alfred. He teaches himself how to investigate and finds the death threats Dr. Wayne had received in the past. He puts two and two together and realizes that Gotham City's mayor, Oswald Cobblepot, has a heavy involvement in the case of the Wayne murders. So much so that he starts to think that Cobblepot had the Waynes assassinated so that he could be the mayor. In the present, that is the timeline the story begins, Bruce has learned about a man named Jacob Weaver. Weaver was an ex-police detective who went on to work under Cobblepot's payroll after the Wayne murder. Bruce had found out that not only was Weaver the first cop in the scene following the murder, but he also had Dr. Thomas Wayne's old lighter. Meanwhile, the star of the reality show Hollywood Detectives, Harvey Bullock, is in Gotham City hoping to revive his fading career. He partners with Commissioner Gordon and expresses his desire to reopen the Wayne murder case, which Gordon does not consider to be a wise option. From the beginning, Bullock acts weird as he is unable to understand how bad Gotham truly is. Bruce Wayne seeks out Lucius Fox, a 22-year-old intern working at Wayne Medical, and gets him to fix his grapple gun in exchange for funding his project to create artificial limbs for his niece. At the same time, Gotham City is being plagued by a string of teenage girls disappearing out of the blue. They are no younger than 13 and no older than 15, making it evident that there's an ongoing theme that the kidnapper is following. Gordon and Bullock are the ones who are put on the case. While investigating the kidnapping with Gordon, Bullock spots the local drug dealer, Axe, beating up a client. He rushes to stop it despite Gordon asking him not to. It is soon revealed that the police have fallen victim to the tyranny of the criminals as Gordon apologizes to Axe and visibly does his bidding. Soon, they are asked to provide security to Mayor Cobblepot's beneficent party. Bruce Wayne becomes the talk of the town when he attends the party as well, making a public appearance for the very first time after the Wayne murders. However, Bruce is here to find Weaver and confronts the man in his bat suit again. He pressures him to tell him where he got Thomas Wayne's lighter, but soon falls victim to the mayor's bodyguards. A fight breaks out and Bruce puts up a tough fight, but he screws up here and there, punching Gordon in the nose and eventually losing to Cobblepot's men before returning back to the manor. Meanwhile, he is all over the news and is being referred to as Batman for his bat-like costume and attire. The mayor, however, is enraged about the fact that Batman crashed into his party and ruined everything. So he has a solution to settle the score with the now sensational masked vigilante. He calls for a man named Birthday Boy, asking the others to get him to take care of Weaver. Birthday Boy is a serial killer who is responsible for the kidnappings of teenage girls. What makes him so grotesque is the fact that not only does he kidnap the girls, but he takes them to the Arkham Manor playroom of all places, gives them a birthday cake, asks them to make a wish, and then mutilates them with a butcher's knife. He even refers to them as Amanda, irrespective of their names. With him under the mayor's payroll, Cobblepot and Birthday Boy mutually benefit one another as Cobblepot gets the killer to kidnap the daughters of his enemies. This in turn keeps Cobblepot's enemies in check, allowing Birthday Boy to have his supply of teenage girls. With Birthday Boy on Weaver's trail, the latter is murdered as well, albeit not in the same way as the girls. At the same time, Harvey Bullock conducts his own investigation and tries to get information on the Wayne murder case. However, he does this under Commissioner Gordon's name, bringing Gordon under the mayor's radar, who was very much responsible for the assassination because he wanted to be the mayor. As Cobblepot learns about the case being investigated, he gets Axe, the drug dealer, to kidnap Gordon's 17-year-old daughter, Barbara Gordon. She is too old for the birthday boy, but is taken to him anyway. When Gordon learns of this, he is in shambles. He lashes out at Bullock, claiming that he had investigated the case in the past as well. But he was stopped by Cobblepot, who got his wife killed in a fixed car crash to make him hop out of the case. The reason why he looked past Axe's crimes was not because he was corrupted, but because he wanted to protect his daughter. Feeling apologetic for his actions, Bullock sides with Gordon in finding Barbara, and together they find Axe and beat him up with a baseball bat, forcing him to reveal Barbara's location. However, Barbara is in the worst of all places, the Arkham Manor playroom. The detective duo and Batman head to the manor, which is laid out like a maze similar to Gotham City. Batman is there because his investigation of Jacob Weaver's recent murder leads him to the birthday boy, giving him and Gordon a common goal. While Barbara is offered a cake by the killer asking her to make a wish, Batman and Gordon come across each other. Gordon accuses Batman of being the perpetrator, but they talk their differences out and find Barbara, who has fought against the birthday boy. They see her stabbing his leg even though he seems to be capable of withstanding it. Batman attacks the serial killer and Gordon saves his daughter. At the same time, Bullock gets lost in the manor and finds something unbelievable in the attic, the disemboweled and decaying bodies of those who went missing. And one thing linked all the teenage girls with each other. They were all daughters of the mayor's enemies, thus giving away his direct involvement in the cases. These enemies were both political and those who tried to investigate Cobblepot's criminal activities. Ultimately, Batman defeats Birthday Boy while the detectives arrest him. He then confronts Cobblepot at his office, but gets stabbed by the tip of his umbrella. Soon the mayor unmasks him and learns that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Things fall into place, and Cobblepot finally confesses that he put Weaver in the scene to make him kill the Waynes, which is why he began by cutting off the movie theater power supply. However, in the end, a random mugger shot the Waynes down. Soon, Cobblepot closes in on Bruce to kill him when Alfred crashes into the scene, shooting Cobblepot and killing him as the mayor fell out of his window. Naturally, Mayor Cobblepot's illegal activities are exposed to the public, while Birthday Boy's identity is revealed due to his connection with the mayor's crimes. Originally known as Ray Salinger, Birthday Boy gets transferred to Dr. Jonathan Crane's Crane Institute for the Criminally Insane, a name that rings a bell because this is the man we know as the Scarecrow. He had previously escaped from the institute and had an obsession with teenage girls because a 15-year-old girl named Amanda Grant was his first victim. Meanwhile, Gordon is now done with letting criminals run all over him and arrests Axe with his new stand against corruption in Gotham City. Harvey Bullock becomes suicidal and an alcoholic after being traumatized by the bodies in the attic, while Lucius Fox recognizes his grapple gun in the news. Realizing that Bruce Wayne is Batman and standing by his philosophy, he begins to create the batarangs for the vigilante to use. At the same time, Barbara Gordon is seen sketching Batgirl costumes as she studies criminology and martial arts. The people of Gotham City begin to put their faith in Batman, who has caused the downfall of the city's corrupt mayor and brought the Birthday Boy's grotesque killings under light, arresting him and marking the beginning of Gotham City's crusade against crime. How powerful is the Birthday Boy? The Birthday Boy is not exactly the most powerful of all killers, since an inexperienced Barbara was able to stab him. However, he boasts a ginormous physique, which makes him very resilient and gives him the optimum amount of strength a human can have. What makes him dangerous is his sociopathic behavior, because he is not a regular criminal who has killed many people. He is a serial killer who follows a pattern in his killings, which in his case is the entire ordeal of calling teenage girls Amanda, taking them to the Arkham playroom, giving them a cake, and disemboweling their bodies. He is not someone who is killing for revenge or to get out of trouble, because even that sounds like a purpose. In the case of Birthday Boy, however, there is no such thing as purpose, just pure lunacy. With that, today's video comes to an end. What did you think of the Birthday Boy?
Yeah, actually leave a comment down below. What did you actually think of the Birthday Boy? Because I did not even know he was a part of DC. I didn't even know he existed. I wonder if they'll actually get him in a movie. Like, I would actually like to see the Birthday Boy in like a DC movie, because the way they explained him even though they explained the Batman origin in that one, was still actually pretty cool. Like, you don't really get that much. Anyway, and in case you're wondering what does he mean by physique, he's pretty fucking buff. Like, you can easily mistake him for a heavy weight boxer or a heavy lifter. That's how built this guy is. Now, as for his fashion, he prefers to kill people like he said. You already know what he does. Now, I'm going to describe his killer costume because it's not really as big as like Scarecrow or Joker or the Riddler. Mostly, he's literally like a Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers mix, I guess. He wears a sack over his head along with a party hat, and he has a striped shirt and jeans. Now, I'm going to say in this case, let's say in this one, Midoriya's childhood of the birthday boy was actually not a good thing. The reason he started killing is because of Katsuki Bakugo, who shoved a cake in front of his face, which made Izuku snap. What Izuku did to Katsuki is that he took him in a room, started playing the Happy Birthday song, which I will be playing. Hey, and before you ask, no, I won't be copyrighted. I can't be copyrighted because it's a birthday song. And if I have to, shout out to Happy Birthday. Actually, you know what? Happy birthday to anyone who's listening to this. What if, you sick fucks? There you go. Oh, so I don't get fucking copyrighted for something stupid as a song. Anyway, hey, you already know where this is going. Katsuki bullied him to the point of a serial killer, and Inko was an alcoholic and a suit. And a drunk, and also was a hooker. So you already know where this is going. So he killed everyone, even Inko Midoriya. Though Inko's death was a lot more quick than the others. All he did was actually suffocate her with a pillow. Well, Katsuki was burned alive, and the others and his friends were brutally drowned by Izuku. So yeah. So we get, and Katsuki is, I'm going to say in this one, Midoriya is still on the run from the cops. So he decides to go to Quahog. Yes, you know where this is going. Oh wait, why else would I make a serial killer? If I'm mentioning this stupid ass name, then you know I am fucking going to enjoy this. I was thinking of making this What If Deku was a hitman, but then I realized not many people actually find it funny. Or just fun. So Midoriya decides to take his home at an abandoned house. So let's say, an abandoned house. And I'm going to say he actually starts to give up the teenager thing and go after all ages. Anyway, so Midoriya, in case you're wondering what Midoriya, like I said, he has a big physique, so yeah. Ooh. Sorry about that. Anyway, Midoriya goes, and he just sits down. I don't know where he is, and looks at the kitchen knife he used. This is the same kitchen knife he used to kill his mother. This is the same kitchen knife he used to actually kill many more of his victims. But Midoriya knows he has to be more creative because he knows that the birthday thing is not going to work that much. And he starts to use a new birthday name, Timothy. Midoriya's eyes glow gold, and he just looks at his new victim, and oh boy, am I gonna enjoy this. Because, let's be honest, no one's gonna miss him. So, you're an asshole, oh Quagmire. Well, yeah, maybe you should get your vagina shaved, giggity. And he, alright. This is when Midoriya finds a corkscrew. But he waits. It's right next to Quagmire's house. Once Quagmire actually gets out to get his mail, he knocks him out. And ties him up in his home. What the hell? Alright, ladies. Alright. I'm sorry, I can't do that without gagging. Ugh. Oh, it's you. Sorry, I heard snoring and I realized it was my dog. My bad. Anyway, this is what... And he's about to say anything, but Midoriya punches him in the nose. Ow! Okay, that was a little bit... Oh god, you're a dude! This is when Midoriya grabs the corkscrew and looks at Quagmire's balls. Wait, what are you gonna do? Midoriya shoves the corkscrew right into Quagmire's balls and starts brutally twisting and turning it. Quagmire is just screaming, but Midoriya shoved some panties into his mouth to keep him quiet while he's brutally destroying the balls that ruined so many women's lives. This is when he starts stabbing his dick off with the corkscrew, which is pretty brutal. Quagmire, who is now just bleeding from the part, just cries, "I ain't out." This is when Midoriya grabs an umbrella and holds it to the sharp end of the umbrella and starts stabbing him. Not a quick stab, but a slow stab. A very slow stab, like he slowly stabs it into the body. One slow stab at a time, to the side, to the nipple, to the eye socket, get to the leg. He's just having fun with this guy. For once in his life, he actually feels happy killing people like this. He feels happy killing Quagmire, the first victim he ever had in a while. But then he walks out, brings out sorry, I skipped ahead. This is when you hear a ding in the kitchen. Quagmire, who is just crying. Oh god. Satan, forgive me. Maybe because I fucking hate this song. Oh yeah, I forgot that I used to listen to the Happy Pill song. Alright, let's see if there's like a dark Oh, there is a dark Happy Birthday song. Alright, enjoy this. Shout out to Punglin Musk. Creepy Happy Birthday. Horror version. Ooh. The crying is Quagmire. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so it does not show the actual song. Hold on. I guess it actually doesn't show it. Let's try this one. Nope. Looks like we're going to have to play the old one. You know I'm fucking joking. I ain't no fucking that. Ugh, better get rid of this fucking shit out of that bullshit before this gets corrupting my system. The last thing I need to think is people thinking of that bullshit. Bleh. We'll just stick with the dark, and creepy one I was attempting to play. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, this is when Izuku says, "Make a wish, Timothy." He starts Quagmire starts crying more and more. "Timothy, you should have made a wish." He grabbed, and this is when Midoriya starts dragging Quagmire. He is kicking. He is attempting to get out. He finally gets loose and attempts to punch Midoriya, but Midoriya, fighting Batman, taught him that he needs to be more open about his victims. So he grabs him, and then grabs a butcher's cleaver and chops off his arm. This is when the arm starts bleeding out, and Quagmire's muffled scream gets worse and worse. This is when he grabs him by the throat and just chops off the other arm, and then breaks the foot of Quagmire's both of his feet, and he throws him into the oven. Then and immediately turns the heat all the way up, as if he was preheating a turkey for 5 hours. Then he walks off. Only thing you can hear is Quagmire screaming in agony as the third-degree burn hurts, and he could not get out. The next day, we get to Peter. "Hey, Lois." "Yeah? Have you noticed where's Quagmire? I haven't seen him all day." "Right, yes, it's like 12 in the afternoon now." "No, I haven't seen him since... It's this morning. I haven't seen him since yesterday. Come to think about it, I think he was cooking something. I couldn't tell. It was kind of burnt." Burnt. I'll go check on him. "Oh, hey, Cleveland. Hey, Peter. Have you seen Quagmire?" "No, I haven't seen him since yesterday at the Drunken Clam." Damn, I was about to go in. This is when they get both up the door. They just smell rotten flesh. They smell burnt corpse. Oh, damn. Shit. Hey, what were you cooking? This when they go in. They open the oven and they just see Quagmire's charred up corpse. Oh my god. Damn. And the only thing they see is a sick card that says, "Happy Birthday." Hey, what kind of sick game is this? This is when Midoriya... Anyway, to Quagmire's funeral, which I'm gonna say no one shows up except Peter and Joe and Peter's family, along with Joe's family and Cleveland. Yeah, because Donna didn't want to deal with his bullshit. Yeah. Jeez, not many people came, did they? Nope. Oh, nope, that didn't. Anyway, this is when Midoriya... Yeah. Hey, sorry about that. Midoriya gets done and starts walking. This is when immediately the funeral is there, and the only ones that are there, like I said, is just his friends. This is when Brian and Stewie actually start talking, and this is when Brian says, "Shit, I can't believe anyone would murder Quagmire." I can imagine it. What do you mean, Stewie? he was a rapist, Brian. Everyone wanted to kill him. Even his own mother wanted to kill him. Why? Well, think about it. If he was here, if his father ever cared about him, why would she not be here? Yeah. Oh, shit. There you go. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah. Although I will say the creative of the murder was actually pretty cool. What do you mean? Well, if you think about it, this one was just pure pleasure. Oh well. How much you want to bet anyone else dies? Who do you want to bet? I'd say either that Jewish fella or anyone really. Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, continuing with Midoriya. We get back to Midoriya. Now Midoriya is now just getting some more tools. And in case you're wondering, he's using Quagmire's wallet, using Quagmire's money to pay for all the shit he needs. He bought a pickaxe, he bought a chainsaw, he bought all more cake batter ingredients, you name it. But once he actually gets to this place, this is when he hears one pickaxe, one chainsaw, one corkscrew, more cake batter, a hammer, drill, duct tape, gorilla tape, my apology. Jeez, and more weapons. That'll be $17. He uses Quagmire's credit card. Alright, and would you like this all in the back? Midoriya shakes his head. Okie dokie. Well, thanks for coming to First Blood. And this is when he walks off. And this is when the owner says, another satisfied serial killer. This is when Jason walks into the store. Jason Voorhees. Oh, hey, Jason. Hey, how's the new machete? Terrible. Look. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's strange. How about this? I'll give you a new one. That'd be nice. Here you go. Oh, thanks. And this is when Jason just stabs the guy and he's dead. I wonder who was that new guy. I wonder who was that new killed, that buff guy who ran out. Probably another serial killer. Oh well. Anyway, Midoriya starts looking for more victims. Until he spots a certain one. This is when he hears, Peter, would you get down? No, I'm a butterfly. Midoriya just gets a look like, oh, no one's gonna miss him. But he looks at a certain white dog who is flirting sexually against a person. And it gets slapped. Never mind, the dog has to go first. And this is when he starts stalking Brian creepily and horribly. Really. Once Midoriya actually this is when Brian starts sitting down. But this is when Midoriya actually starts looking around and actually stalking the location of their home. Yes, he broke into their house. And he looks into Stewie's room to see this big, humongous black gadget. But this is when he goes back ducking, and because he sees Stewie. Well, Stewie, thanks to your time machine, you can actually go anywhere you want. Midoriya is thinking, time machine? Okay, that's probably gonna fuck up my day. Should I investigate Quagmire's disappearance? You know what? No. He was a rapist anyway. No one's missed him. Midoriya sighs, and this is when Midoriya grabs the pickaxe and he starts destroying it. And destroys it pretty good from the inside to the point it's damaged, but it doesn't look damaged type of thing. So he goes back. Heck, mostly he took like the important parts. Anyway, this is when Brian starts actually going to the bar and starts flirting with some ladies. Or at least he attempts to, let's be honest. He's fucking horrible at it. And couldn't keep one bitch if he even tried. Right, his cock is probably drier than a cactus. Anyway, Brian getting out drunk. This is when Midoriya just bonks him on the head. After that, he ties him up. After that, this is when Brian wakes up. Well, just in time too, because Midoriya just started baking the cake. This is when he walks up to Brian, and Brian starts trying to be all intimidating by growling, but this is when Midoriya lifts his jaw up and grabs some pliers. He starts pulling teeth out one by one. And he's not being gentle, he just yanks them out one by one, removing each row of teeth again and again and again. And again. And then he grabs the tongue. He puts the drill right on it with a nail in place and starts drilling inside of it. Brian screams in agony and torture. In case you're wondering where he is now, they're actually owning it at an abandoned location. And in case you're wondering, is this the only murders that is going to happen? Oh no, there's going to be more, and I'm going to love it. But this is when Midoriya starts drilling it in, and this is when Brian is just begging, pleading. But unfortunately for him, there's still a couple of hours before the cake is ready. This is when Midoriya starts having a knife and slowly starts cutting the ears off one by one, piece by piece. And then he starts cutting the nose off. In a very brutal way. Then he grabs a meat hammer and starts bashing the ribs in. And Brian just crying and just begging for the pain to go away. Hey. This is when they hear a ding. This is when Midoriya starts decorating the cake. Brian can't do anything because number one, his tongue is drilled to the table. This is when, you know what, I'm not gonna play the birthday thing. You only hear that once, but so I don't give a rat's ass. It's like trying to look for good porn nowadays. Blah. Which is never good, anyway. This is when he says, "Happy birthday, Brian. Make a wish. You have to blow after all." Brian realizes what sick game he plays, and this is when Brian tries to blow the cake. But unfortunately, he can't. Because he bought those candles that can't be blown out. Oh. Should have made the wish. Midoriya grabs the kitchen knife and jabs the knife right into Brian's head. And pulls the knife out from the skull. This is when he starts walking off, leaving the cake and a happy birthday note. The next day, we get back to Izuku, who is pretty much just enjoying his day. Reading a book. Look, he reads 50 Shades of Grey. And drinking caffeine coffee. Using Brian's credit card. Peter and everyone else starts looking for Brian. Yeah, but like I said, no one's gonna miss him, and they don't find him until it's too late. Anyway, time for a drink. That's better. Anyway, Midoriya starts walking up. This is when Midoriya just closes his book and walks off. Until Peter stops him. Hey, have you seen my dog? He looks at them, and with an emotionless look, he just says no. He walks off. Peter, we literally looked everywhere. There's nowhere to be found. You're right. The next one he's looking at is Chris, who's bullying his sister Meg. He knows Chris is going to be more trouble, considering, actually, now that he thinks about it, he looks at how stupid Peter is. He's wondering how dumb Chris is. Then he saw him actually start flirting with a watermelon. Then he actually got his own answer, and wish he could uncensor the fact that he made that watermelon give him a blowjob. Ugh. There goes my taste for watermelon this week. Anyway, the next one, he decides to pull literally a cartoon. He leads him with a piece of candy. And that's what he does. He actually does that. And Chris, this is Chris we're talking about. You know how dumb he is. Ooh, piece of candy. And he starts taking the candy and he starts eating it. Until Midoriya grabbed him and starts suffocating him. Hey! That man is my man. He sees this wriggly old man. Herbert! This is when Midoriya just breaks. Hey, Chris has his arms and legs and starts walking toward him. Meaning the old man. This one he hears, "You shall not." Before he can even finish the sentence, Midoriya just stabs him in the head. And the old man's body flops down. He looks at the dog. He actually makes mercy with that. He just snaps his neck. Chris, who is trying to run away, Midoriya catches up to him and starts grabbing him. No! I have so much to live for. Bad boys don't get birthdays. What? But I've been a good boy. This is when Midoriya starts literally stabbing Chris and starts ripping the intestine essence out, to the point where his knife gets stuck in Chris's fat. Then he manages to get it unstuck up and puts him to the wall, lifts him up, grabs a machete, and stabs him through the chest. Unfortunately, and this one, and Chris is just hanging there with his intestines out and a machete through his head, through his chest. And he just looks at the corpse, realizing he actually stabbed it on a Jesus Christ painting, and just shrugs it off. Now, Chris was found, and so was Brian later on. And their funeral was also bad. Teddy bear? Yeah, that's my dog. Anywho, wasn't expecting that. Sounded like a banshee. This is when Midoriya starts looking at more the griffins than anything else. This is when Peter is now just crying, and so is Lois. Lois is just trembling with sadness. Yes. You know, actually, Meg did not show up for the funeral. Mostly because she doesn't give a shit. Midoriya just walks out of the funeral home. Well, as for Peter, he's just mourning and just crying, realizing his only son is dead, along with his best friend, Brian. Anyway, this is when Midoriya starts walking up to them. Anyway, this is when he starts turning on the news because, well, he's still hanging out at Quagmire's house. Good evening, I'm Tom Tucker. Our top story today, Chris Griffin, son of Peter Griffin and Lois Lane, was brutally murdered along with their dog Brian Griffin. And they will be mourned. He goes to his next target. Anyway, Midoriya starts walking off and starts looking for his next victim. He sees Meg, who is just minding her own business. Meg looks at him. They both look at each other, and this one Meg just does like a zipper mouth thing and just continues reading. A serial killer understanding a serial killer. That's what you need to know, people. Well, this is when he sees his next victim, who is Lois. Lois is arguing with Peter and talking about getting a divorce. Of course, Stewie's incredibly sad, and he's furious why his time machine won't work. But or all you can do is just smirk. Anyway, the nighttime rises. Stewie is sleeping in his baby pin, and Peter is sleeping on the couch, and Lois is sleeping in her own room. But this is when Lois starts feeling a giant shadow approaching her. Peter, I said you're sleeping on the couch. Midoriya grabs her by the mouth. She starts kicking and trying to move. Oh, but this is when Midoriya stabs her, has her in the side, and then stabs her in the chest, so she can't make a noise. This is when, and she just stands there. She throws a lamp right at Midoriya's head. Okay. But due to the fact that it's so dark, she can't get a look. All she sees is this big burly man. This is when Griffin starts running up, and immediately Midoriya pulls a slasher and literally disappears. Peter, with a baseball bat, starts looking around to see Lois brutally hurt. Right. The police arrive, but unfortunately, due to the lack of light, she couldn't get a good look. Anyway, pause break. Okay, I am back. Right. This is when this is when both Lois and Peter move into Lois's parents' home. And yeah. This is when Peter Smith says, "Damn it. Right. Who would have done this?" Yes. What they don't know is that birthday boy followed them. But he's thinking, damn, I should have just killed this people's house first. Because they have a shitload of money. Although the servants are going to be a bitch to take care of. I want you all to work like the useless slave that you are. Oh, or they're probably just going to let me through. Man, how do black people deal with white people? I'll never understand. And like, seriously. I mean, I can see white women doing it because, well, they prefer bigger cocks. White men? How the fuck have they dealt with us? If I was a black dude, I'd probably just kill every white motherfucker or until they're all extinct. But luckily, I'm just a normal serial killer. But Midoriya starts waiting until nightfall, which is pretty easily because all you had to do was wait. Besides, it was like 12 a.m. They were going to do it anyway. Anyway. Okay, this is when Midoriya gets into the Pierceman mansion. Maybe I'll just skip the one thing I was thinking of doing because I'm getting sleepy just by doing this. What if he walks forward into the house? The security system, well, it was off. Peter was dumb enough to turn it off because he is sleeping on the couch, literally pissed drunk. He walks into Peter Smith's home. He wants to strike the fear in the eyes, but once he turns on the lights, he realizes how fucking heavy sleepers they are. So he just decides to slit Peter Smith's throat right next to his wife. You know what? Fuck it. He just decides to kill both of them by stabbing them in the chest. Annoyed, he just decides to go over to Peter and drags him too with a hook. Oh, because he ain't getting that piss in his hands. This is when Midoriya managed to do that. And managed to wake him up by doing the old cartoon bacon thing. Bacon. Wait, what the hell? Oh, hello there, Peter. You! You did this! You ruined my life! You ruined many others, so yeah, fair point. But why? Why did you do this? I did nothing to you! True. But I'm doing this out of pure pleasure. You sick son of a bitch! And you're a dumbass who will never be missed. Hey! What are you gonna do to me? Simple. I'm going to kill you. With what? You'll see. There's one here. Ding! Oh, the cake is ready. Ooh, can I have some? Oh, no. Aww. Anyway, this is when Midoriya grabs the chainsaw. Oh, time to rip you open. And that's what he does. He starts chopping off. And he just slowly starts ripping Peter apart from the down, goes down, then goes straight up. He literally goes penis first to head. And Peter just screams and screams in pain until there's nothing left. Until the intestines start jamming up the chainsaw. Jesus Christ, how much fucking fat you have in there, you fat bastard? Oh, you're dead. You know what? Fuck it, I'll just leave it like this. And this is when the serial killer walks off and just throws the chainsaw right into the trash can. Yeah, I got time for the other one. Never mind, I'll do the rest. A week later, Peter's body was founded, and, well, Lewis couldn't handle it anymore. She killed herself. As for Stewie, well, he's living in an orphanage. He can't even be mad at this. He lives around. Well, Rupert, this is our life, an orphanage. I hope we actually get adopted by some local family. I'll miss the fat man. I wonder where Meg went. Meg got a serial killer bar. Hey, who was the new guy that was in Quahog? Who? There was a serial killer with a sack over his head. Describes everything. Oh, that's Birthday Boy. Birthday Boy? Oh yeah, he's a local killer in Gotham. Wow, DC must have wasted a good villain. They did. So he decided to become one of those typical slasher serial killers, except he doesn't wait for his victims to actually get a chance to escape, or at least he tries not to. Oh, and he does this sick thing, you probably already noticed. Yeah, he's the one who killed Quagmire. Oh, thank God. I was wondering when anyone was going to kill that prick. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna go on my murder spree. See you next week. See ya. Bye-bye. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it off here. Yeah, this is the end. As for Midoriya, he goes to another location. He goes somewhere else. But you'll probably see that one. In the next What If. Anyway, that's it. That's been the one shot of What If Deku was a serial killer. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This has been Duckle Dylan here, God of Chaos, and good night.